Hi everybody, Jo here again. Welcome to a Tuesday little catch up. Now, we've been listening to our customer feedback and quite a few of you asked us, well, we seem to get the same question again and again, and you'd like some little videos that are more sort of informative. So what we're going to do for the next few weeks on a Tuesday, I'm going to come in with a bit of a Technique Tuesday. And where we're going to have a little chat about either products that we sell or techniques and ways of using them. Now, don't worry, I'm not stopping doing all my nice inky creative designs. I'll still do videos like that. But as I say, it's important at Lavinia that we listen to what our friends and followers say. And you keep asking this question, what is the difference with all the card that we sell? So I thought I'd just come in and have a little catch up with you and just sort of a bit of an informative chat about the card that we sell and how the best ways of using it are. So if you want to grab yourself a brew, I've got a feeling I might need one. I might be chatting a bit. But I'll try and keep it quite informative. With these sessions, it's probably quite a good idea. Get yourself a little notebook and make some notes. I must admit, it's what I do. And in the different types of card we've got here, I've cut myself some little tags. Now, what I tend to do with a tag is make notes of how it can be used, maybe do a little bit of inking on it to remind me and pop that in my journal. And I find that if I forget about a certain product, then I can look back in my journal. I call it a craft Bible. I mean, different people call journals different names, but mine's, it's just my informative one of, where I've bought certain, what my favourite colours are, just things like that. Anyway, so I shall make a start. Now, I've got quite a few different products here. So we'll start off, I'm going to move these two out of the way. So I'm going to start off with our Multifarious card. And I've got some packs here just so that you can recognise the packaging. Now, it comes in white and it comes in this lovely cream colour. And the Multifarious, you can get different size packs, and you can also get a pack in the white look with the different sizes. I must admit, I find this very useful myself. But maybe you might be somebody who wants to get A4 and cut it down. The choice is yours. So I've cut myself a couple of tags. Again, like I say, I like to just put them in my little craft Bible. Now, your Multifarious card, must admit, when I teach it, I say it's got, we have a multitude of fairies making it. But obviously that's a bit of a fib, isn't it? It's Multifarious because you can use it for a multitude of techniques. And it will take water well. It will take ink well. So what I'll do is there's your packaging for your Multifarious, and we'll file that. As I've talked about each one, we'll file it on the floor. And I'll just very quickly show you. I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail with each little technique because I will do actual videos on them. But just to show you, your Multifarious takes stamping really well. It takes blending really well. So I'll very quickly do you a quick bit of blending, just to show you how we can, and it takes water really well, and it's smooth, so it's easy to stamp on. So for me, your general card to do most of your topics is your Multifarious. It's very good with the gel press. So I'm going to quickly just blend 3 colours together here. And you can see how well, I just need a bit more of that yellow at the top to blend that yellow and orange together. And as I say, this isn't a blending demo, this is just showing you how well. But I would come in with my yellow again and blend across the whole lot. And I'll just put the lids on this, so sorry, my hand will go right in front of you. But look, so it takes blending really well. And also what you can do is then come in with your water, look. And you know that the card will take the water well. If you have a card that's got a high chalk content, you will get pulping. And you'll know if ever you've done that and your card's gone, well, like pulp, that's because of that. You don't get that with this, with our Multifarious. So we'll just clean that up. So for me, for my general crafting, for stamping, for gel press, for inks, it takes the element inks really well, and water. I would use, if I give that a bit of a dry, I would use my Multifarious. Now, when we talk about water, the Multifarious is good and it will take, well, a lot of water. But for me, if I'm going to be using watercolour techniques, sort of as per se, I would use the Watercolor card. So at Lavinia, we have a specific watercolour card. Now it's hot pressed, so it's actually quite smooth. You'll be surprised how smooth it is. When I started off crafting, watercolour card was very textured and it was hard to stamp on. This is lovely to stamp on. And you get 10 sheets in your A4 sheets in your pack, so that's your watercolour card. Now again, for me, if I was making a specific, very much like a watercolour background, so if I just show you, oh, let's hope this is the right tag with watercolour card. This could be interesting if I've got them mixed up. So if I just put, look, some ink, I'm just going to put a little bit of ink on my mat. And I've spritzed my card and I'm going to come in with my big brush and go across. Not much water ink there, was there? I think my blue, I may have to buy myself another blue ink pad. I think I've used my Della Blue so much. Tell you what, let's add some green. I just want to show you how well, that's better, you can see that. The blue I don't think is showing up. So I'll come in and add some orange. Because really I just want to show you how well this tag, the fact that it's the, I mean, look at that. That could not have any more water on if we tried. Let's do some little flicks as well. You could add salt on top of this. You can do the cling film technique. Lots of techniques. The main thing is just to show you, look at that amount of water. And the tag, look at that, watercolour card. So it's flat. It's not warped. Any other card, and you would see with that amount of water, it would warp a lot. So that's your watercolour card. Now again, I would leave that to dry and then stamp on it. I made a right mess here, haven't I? Look at this. So that's your watercolour card. And I think I might just put my tag on a piece of kitchen towel and file it on the floor. So that's your watercolour card. The other card that we sell is our UPull card. And UPull card is a synthetic card and it's fabulous for alcohol inks. I would recommend using that with alcohol inks. You can obviously use glass, you can put them on metal, but for me, UPull card just gives such fabulous results. And again, I'll only give you a quick demo just to remind you, but I will do a specific demo for this. So if I just bring in one of our pure alcohol inks, the Ocean Blue, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a, and what happens is because of the texture, the alcohol ink won't soak into the UPull card, it moves. And you don't get that on normal card. And I'm going to come in with our blending solution. Now, really important thing, our blending solution does not have any harmful resin in it. The binder that's in our blending solution is the same binder that's in the alcohol inks. So I can use, she says if she can get the lid off, I can use my blending solution and come in with my puffer and I can make backgrounds. And my UPull paper will take this so well. So I'm just going to come in a little bit more. And as I say, this is just a very quick, just to show you, you would not get this effect. I have got my window open and Eric isn't in my craft room today because I knew we were just going to touch on this. As I say, it's not a full tutorial on alcohol inks. It's just to give you the quick heads up of what, but you know me, I do want to just add a little bit more. I can't leave it. I do get a bit excited with this. Just, if I can just put that into that and then put this one here and a bit more in there just to spread that. Then I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to use this background. I just want a couple of little flicks. Come on, flick. Thank you. Right, lid on. I'm going to let that dry. And these tags that I'm making today, I will actually put in my journal. But look at that, started to dry. You would not get that effect on normal card. So that's your UPull card. Now again, I just want to wipe that in case I've got any blending solution on there. So that tag I shall file over there. Something else I want to tell you about is we have the most fabulous cardstock, and it comes in various different colour themes. So here I've got Fired Earth and I've got the Majestics, but I wanted to show you these are 6x6 beautiful premium cardstock, and look at the sheen on that. Now you get, I counted them 16 in each because again I wanted to make sure, and they are just such good quality. Does it tell me the GSM? Because I know you're going to ask me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I will have to find that. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I will have to find that out for you. But it is a good quality cardstock, look. And this is great for things like matting and layering. So I've got a design here that I've done, and this perfect, look at that. I didn't have to cut this. The size was just what I needed for that card. Now do check these out because we've got lots of different, as I say, colour selections. And in my little journal, I've used my card for two things. One, for my matting and layering, but I've also used it as a bit of a background here. And look, you can draw on it beautiful with your gel pens. So that's another thing for this cardstock. Fabulous for matting and layering, but use it in your journal. You can make yourself paper ribbons. So that's that cardstock. Now, journals. That brings me on to the last type of cardstock I just want to talk to you about, and it's these Caddy. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Should have asked Tracy, shouldn't I? I think it's Caddy. And these are just the most gorgeous. So the journals are made out of the lovely handmade papers too. And we have a rough and a smooth. The only difference is the smooth is easier to stamp on. Personally, I love the rough because of the texture, but I have found places, look, where I have managed to still stamp on it, stencil on it. But it's your choice. You have smooth or rough. But we also do these zigzags, look. And they come in two sizes. And I've got to be honest, these small ones I just find are so cute. Absolutely fabulous. Now again, the rough, the textured. So for me, I tend to use ink on my backgrounds. Now you get 5 of those, look, in a little pack. You can stamp on them, and I'll show you here. So I have stamped, but for me, I just, I tend to actually make my design on the Multifarious and attach it to my book. But depending what stamp it is, some stamps do stamp better than others. But, so as I say, even though it's textured, you can stamp on it. You can do the most lovely effects, look. And so that's the beautiful Caddy papers. So I think we've covered quite a few things there. So depending what design you want to make. So like I say, if you want to stamp a design, just happens here I've got one, look. That's on the Multifarious. So again, I've stamped, I've added ink. So that's my general card that I use. So we'll pop that there. So that's the Multifarious, and there we have it. I need the white or the cream. Then if we're going to add lots of water for our watercolour techniques, we've got the watercolour card, and look at that. I absolutely soaked that with water and it hasn't warped at all, and that is still very wet. So much so I'm just going to pop that. I don't want to get the water on anything else. And then when it comes to our alcohol inks, we've got our UPull Card look that will give us our fabulous effects with our alcohol inks. So I'm hoping that's answered a few of your questions. If you want to know anything else, and if there's any products you would specifically like a little chat that we could catch up with, just let me know. It's lovely to get your comments and your feedback. And I'm hoping for those ladies who asked for just a very simple and quick overview of the different uses for the cardstock, I'm hoping that just lets you know. And last of all, I forgot our beautiful coloured card. And as I say, check out the different colour palettes there. Absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to leave you to see if you can remember everything and make notes. And you know what? Shall I come back and ask you some questions later? Look on the website as well. We're adding new products all the time. You take care, everybody. Much love and hugs from me. Bye for now.